Hey everybody, Seattle Forge here. I wanted to put together a video for the rest of us, the folks who are sort of in the middle, average, below average players who occasionally pull off the great game. I don't think there's a lot of content out there for new players. Most of the streamers who are out there have been in this game a long, long time and don't know what it's like coming up right now. So I thought I would put together a few videos with some mediocre players pulling off ace badge results in low tier games. So first off, I've got a KV1 game here. I am playing with Montana Grizzly, Vexus Clan. He is in his Tier 5 asshole Lefse French artillery. I am in the indomitable, incredible KV1 Tier 5 Soviet heavy tank, which I very much like. Everyone should have one. Absolutely everyone should have one. This is actually a tank that just about every player who enters the game should make a beeline for, as it's the first real heavy tank you'll get to touch. Also, very reliable armor, teaches you a lot about angling armor, has a wide variety of guns that are actually all good to use. And first thing I want to show you here is that we are rolling out of the cap. Our T-14, the other Tier 5 heavy, is bolting up the valley, one of the corridors on this map. We have scouts playing for dominance over on the 4 line. One's already been spotted. I turned my turret in their direction just to, not only can you maybe get off a cheeky shot, but if they're taking a shot at you, you've at least got the strong part of your turret pointed towards them. And I'd like you to keep an eye on the Churchill on my team, who constantly bitches about people leaving the base because we're going to get killed. I guess he doesn't understand how this game is played. So I am taking a few pot shots at the T-127, which is a really tough little premium tank in the Soviet line, and yeah, the Churchill's bitching there. And my marksmanship's incredible, don't you think? Haven't put a shot into the T-127 yet. Giving it a go. Finally do, but he's ducking back behind the rock, and I notice the Locust back there is a flat target, so I'm going to prioritize him for the time being. See if I can take him out. First kill secured, back to the 127. Now normally, oh, here's the blind shot. He's dead. Normally, I would be really pissed off with people stopping to take pot shots at the people on the road. Instead, I'd rather them taking strong positions in the city to defend. But I noticed nobody's really with me. So I didn't mind taking my time instead of racing into position to go die by myself. And I do plink the map for help. No, Churchill, don't go to town, don't go to town. Ton W, whatever. He's an idiot. T-14 and the cohort in the valley are actually doing a fantastic job cleaning up over there. Don't have to worry about that at all. I'm not worried about them coming back to our base. But at the same time now, I'm wondering why there's still so many people camping our base. Panzer 1C ahead of me. I don't blame him. I would hope that he would get some spots to, show me what's coming up in the town. But I certainly don't blame him. He's a rather fragile tank. I don't mind him playing back. Makes perfect sense. So I also don't have a heck of a lot of support behind me, except for perhaps our Tier 5 French artillery, my clanmate Montana Grizzly, and T1 spotted. Oh, but the Locust comes into view, and I give him a bit of that. The T1 Heavy has bounced 2 off me here. I'm really not afraid to face off with him one-on-one. I think I've got a better gun. I think my armor's better. I've got a smaller profile. He's only penned me 1 of the 4 times. I'm happy to sit here and trade and hopefully get some shots on his lower plate. Finally landing one. Landing another. KV-1 is superior to American garbage. T1 Heavy was not one of my favorite tanks going through. It's not a bad tank, just the KV-1 is a heck of a lot better at its tier. Now I noticed that there's also enemy tank behind me on the minimap. T-14 is scourging the enemy base. They're cleaning up over there. So sooner or later, if I even just play defensive here, I'm going to have help in the town. The 4 to 5 tanks in our base can't seem to deal with that light tank. Oh, they finally did. Churchill pokes up around the corner, gives me the flat of his tank, which is fantastic. He's got a derp gun on the tank, which is a stupid choice. The Churchill has an excellent little gun. He fires HE at me, not doing much damage. Not satisfied with the amount of damage. He loads heat, which will bounce off every time. Armor strong. I blast away the fences here so I can get a clear shot at the T1 Heavy's tank. I take a shot from the rear from an AMX-40, the duck, and here I prioritize badly. I got fixated on the AMX-40, who's got great armor and is angled, and that shot isn't going to go through. And the Matilda is actually working me over with his great little 2-pounder gun, so I reprioritize him and plan to take him out. Now I can chase after the duck. The game is in hand, 13 to 5. and I was able to hold this flank by myself. Very proud of myself. And I'm going to go for the trick shot here through the columns, smash the duck in the side, and I'm going to finish him off. There's the Churchill, once again trying to hit me with his lazy HE ammo, and I can put 2 into his lower plate and secure the game. Well played. Well played. Excellent. And here's a quick look at the end plate. Ace Tanker, Top Gun, High Caliber, over 10,000 win 8, over 2,400 damage. Very pleased with the result. And my pal in the T-14 did a fantastic job. All right, for our second installment, I'm here in the M4 Sherman with the derp gun, and once again another Tier 5 match. You'll see that we have a 70% chance to win. So what that means to me is I need to be in a hurry to get damage. If I camp and hold back, I probably won't have much of a game. So I'm pretty excited about this, actually. I get the spawn I want. People are going in the right directions. The team's rolling out. What you'd expect. Don't always get from a game with a high percentage to win. And I'm one of the stronger players at the top of both teams, which is worrisome because I'm rubbish. And I make my way to, I'm making my way south. I think most of the heaviest tanks are going to run down that 2 line and fight it out in the castle, and I want to go to the left of that through the little town next to the castle and try to catch some of their heavies as they're making their way in. We shall see. M4 Sherman, fantastic little tank at Tier 5, really flexible, great gun depression, okay armor, good selection of guns, good view range, decent camo, good mobility. It's just a great little all-rounder, and for someone who now plays a lot of higher tier matches, this derp gun is just hilarious. I won't say it's the best gun to play on this tank, but it's the most entertaining gun to play on this tank. I only catch a piece of the KV-1 with an AP shell. That would have been a bounce, but instead he takes a little bit of damage, and I take a look over to my right, and I got the KV-1 Sport, and we put one into his butt. Nice little HE blast, or HE, as my UK friends say, and I noticed this little cruiser too, poor fella, he never had a chance. One-shotted. Panzer 40 behind the tractor, disadvantage of HE, it won't go through, it'll just blow up the tractor, so I'm hoping somebody will take him down, and they do. And I make my way over, and I never noticed before that the M7 actually has more hit points than the Sherman. What do you know? I like that tank. I only had it briefly before I moved on to the T21, which I hated. Now, unfortunately, the M4 is pretty well angled, so I'm not going to be able to do big blasts. If you catch the M4 on the side with this derp gun, it's a one-shot, pretty much. Do you notice also that I only left that M7 on 4 hit points? That's annoying. But I continue to saw back and forth. I do have KV-1 over on my right, but he's occupied with my colleagues, I hope. Keep me safe. Take out the Sherman next to the M7. I have to shave off those remaining 4 hit points. Annoying. And he's done. And we finish off all the heavies in the castle and have to make our way to help out our brothers up north. And you can see that the KV-1S on the enemy team is amazed with the progress that we made. This team was phenomenal. They just kept their guns blazing. Fantastic. So, I creep up here on this ridge. I'm going to try and use the bushes. I don't know if there's anybody back at base who's going to take a crack at me, but I think we pretty much have seen all but one of the remaining enemy players. And this T-67 has an unfortunate fit of physics when he goes around the corner, as you'll see. And of course, one of his teammates rats him out in chat, which is totally uncool. See, wow, this T-67. By the way, I love the feature in replays now that makes everything, they say, come up twice, so everybody sounds like Jacob Tutu in the Hooded Fang. I make my way over to the T-67, who is hilariously flipped over, and shoot him in the belly, putting him out of his misery. It was a mercy killing more than anything. Alright, making my way north, now 11-5. I've got 4 kills. I'm feeling pretty good. I've had a good game, regardless, even if it ends right now. We'll see if I can do anything else for the team. Making my way, meandering towards base. Panzer 1C in my neighborhood, making me climb this steep ridge that I didn't want to go after, but it could work out. I use auto-aim a lot with these derp guns, at least to get a fixation and start the aiming process. I unclick on him, find out that the Hetzer is behind the damn hill, so now I'm going to turn around. Oh, Stug 3B comes up. That's the Stug 3G's younger brother. Probably with a derp gun. Probably need to be careful. It's like a Hetzer, but not quite as good. You should get one. Or get a Hetzer. Alright. Starting to dial in on the aim a little bit. A little bit gives you a head start. Little Hetzer, he's not got the derp gun. And I am down on hit points. And I've got a lot of objects in the way that'll stop an HE shell, so I'm trying to be more careful about my shot. Oh, he pegs me in the side. I hit him for one very disappointing result. He is working me. I didn't realize the Hetzer had that much flexibility with the gun traverse, but what are you going to do? And that's the end of the game for me, and we did wrap this one up. So if you like what you saw here and you're a newer player and you found this useful, and if there are any other things that I should be covering as I put these videos together, please let me know. I really enjoy putting this together and I enjoy playing this with my clanmates. So I hope you have a lovely day. See you on the battlefield and happy tanking.